Welcome back. Casey Campbell here with Great Lakes Post, and this is the ARCA Menards series preview show. We're pleased to be joined by Charlie Krall of the ARCA Menards series. How's it going?
Oh, Casey, it's another wonderful day to be me.
Good race for you guys at the Vegas Bull Ring. Taylor Gray wins it. How about that?
Second straight win, first one without controversy. Yeah, I thought it was a pretty good show. We had a very competitive field of cars, and you know, when you get 23 cars in a tight little bull ring, sometimes they run into each other, and you know, a lot of action. But yeah, Taylor's just kind of in a different zip code out there, and I thought he did a really nice job. And you know, I'm looking forward to seeing what we got coming up at All American on October 9th, and I'm hearing really good things about that finale coming up at Phoenix at the end of the year. So yeah, the West Series definitely has some momentum on its side right now.
Yeah, that field's going to be loaded for Phoenix.
Yeah.
So we might get a loaded field at All American too. So, but this week the main ARCA Menards series is back. We're going to a place where we did not go last year because of COVID. We're going back to Salem, and it's the throwback race. How about that?
Yeah, always one of my favorite racetracks to go to. My first trip there was way back in 1993. I went to an ASA show there and just absolutely just blew me away. What a great racetrack that is. And you know, I still enjoy it. You know, here we are, you know, what, 28 years after that first trip down there. And, you know, I still love pulling in that parking lot and seeing that great old racetrack and smelling the campfires. And, you know, there's a huge number of race fans that come to that race every year. And yeah, I'm just really looking forward to it, Casey. It's one of the cornerstone events of our schedule. That's, you know, we've raced at Salem more times than any other track on our schedule. This will be, I believe, our 106th different race down there. And, you know, just an absolutely perfect fit for this series and this type of race car. And yeah, it's always one of those races I really look forward to every year.
Now, the main thing I must ask you is, can Ty clinch the championship at Salem?
Oh, boy. I would have to look at the points. Let me do that while we're talking here, Casey. I'm not exactly sure that he can clinch the points. Let me take a look and see. He'd have to leave Salem with a 49-point advantage. Let me see here, and I'm sorry that I'm doing this and I don't have this off the top of my head.
That's okay. Well, I'll ask about something else while you're.
No, he's got a 26-point lead right now. He's going to have probably an 18-car field. So that is a 23-point difference. So I'll tell you what, if he gets maximum points on the day, if he gets 49 points and somehow Corey Heim finishes last, I would say that he could clinch the championship, but I don't think that scenario is going to play itself out.
Okay.
Mathematically, it is technically possible, although highly unlikely.
So it looks like Kansas we might see something similar to Kansas, where depends on it depends on what happens Saturday night, but you know, it could be something where he could clinch the championship as soon as the race starts or something like that.
Yeah, we'd have to wait and see what the entry lists look like for both of these races, Casey. But he could clinch the championship mathematically at Salem. You know, it's as unlikely as that may be, but it's a very likely scenario that he's going to have to just show up and finish, you know, in the top 15 at Kansas, just based on the points lead that he has now. That's really all he would have to do.
Okay. I know we're going to see some other guys that are going to be in there. I know that there's going to be some other contenders that are going to be in the field for, you know, Jesse Love will be in there. Corey Heim will be there. Taylor Gray will be there. Kind of talking about that, talking about those three along with Ty. What's it going to be? What have you seen so far among these kids in this series?
They're just aggressive. They want to win. They're not really too concerned about making friends. They're really unhappy when they don't win. It's funny because I see Taylor Gray in person at all the ARCA Menards Series races, and he'll finish third, and that's a career best. And I'm happy, and I'm down in, on pit road after the race, and hey man, good job, nice, another good run for you. And he just looks like, someone kidnapped his dog. And then I don't see him, when on these West races, when I'm doing those races remotely, and he wins the race, and he's as happy as can be, so it's pretty obvious to me, third sucks. He's not there to finish third. And Ty's kind of the same way. We've seen Ty be pretty unhappy finishing second, third, or fourth, after some of our races. And that's we go back to this all the time, Casey. That's really what this series is here for. We're not just here to help you learn on the racetrack, but we're here to help you learn how to handle some of these emotions and such off the racetrack as well. Finishing second, you don't have to be happy about it, but we're here to help you kind of learn how to deal with not winning a race. And but I will tell you, I worked with Johnny Sauter for a year as his PR rep, and there's no one who likes losing any more than Johnny Sauter hates it. He hates coming home second. That was an interesting year, and these kids remind me a lot of Johnny Sauter in that way. They want to win. That's what they're here to do, and if they don't, they're not happy about it. So I'm okay with that. I think that's great. I'm if I was a crew guy, if I was building those race cars, I would want my driver to want to win just as bad as anybody else. So yeah, I think it's great, and I think they'll put on a pretty fun show for us on Saturday night.
Yeah, for sure. I know there's going to be some other announcements that are going to be out there. I know that there's going to be some other names that are going to be there. Nick Sanchez, Raja Caruth will be there as well. Two Rev cars will be there. I think good chance that we'll see Thad Moffitt this weekend. There's going to be, you'll see somebody else, and I know that Red Jones will be there as well. We could see a return winner for that in that car as well.
Perhaps. I think there's an outside possibility of a surprise name on that entry list. I'm not going to spoil anyone's announcement here, but I'm hearing some interesting rumors about a pretty interesting name that I would really like to see. Someone who has had some pretty tremendous success in his chosen field of motorsports that would be looking to make his what I believe would be a series debut. So stay tuned.
Interesting. Yeah.
Any guesses?
I mean, it's his series of motorsport. I mean, that's kind of like
pretty wide open.
That's pretty wide open.
Hey, Simon Pagino. It could be Simon Pagino. He really likes ARCA. He's sponsored by Menards.
Did you see the announcement today?
Yeah, he's still sponsored by Menards, right? Till the end of the year.
Well, he's going to Meyer Shanks. So.
Yeah, but he's still a Menards driver till the end of the year,
I mean, the end of the year ended yesterday.
No, he's got 2 more months.
True.
3 more months, October, November, and December.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Don't be a stickler, Casey. Don't be a stickler.
Okay. I mean,
the only thing better than being correct is being technically correct, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Also one more thing. I know that you guys issued the penalty to David Gilliland. Did he serve? I just want to clarify something. He served that suspension at the Vegas Bull Ring, if I'm not mistaken.
At the Vegas Bull Ring, yeah.
It's just any sanctioned ARCA. I know there was some questions and all that.
Yeah, that's when he served it.
Okay. Just wanted to, because I didn't know if it was a main ARCA race, if it had to be, or just any ARCA race. So
any ARCA sanctioned race. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, it's going to be a fun weekend. What's in store for the fans? Are we going to have an autograph?
200 laps of cars going around in circles on a high banked racetrack.
Are we gonna see some paint schemes, throwback paint schemes?
I hope so. I'm not in control of that department, Casey. You'd have to talk to the race teams on that, but I think there might be a couple of them down there that'd be pretty cool to look at.
Yeah. Are we going to see an autograph session?
Sure hope so.
Okay. Should be some good stuff. Should be some good stuff down at Salem this weekend. Our friends at Mav TV will carry us through the last 2 races of the season. Of course, this race and then the championship race at Kansas.
The Reese's 150 at Kansas.
Yes, the Reese's 150.
Yeah,
The
Get
Reese's,
yourself a big cup.
yeah, Reese's sweet move of the, well, actually, they get to have you take home a big cup. So
They do.
ARCA
Yeah.
cup. So
Yeah.
yeah. Reese's sweet move of the race. You can get your Reese's cups at your local Menards. You know that?
Yeah. How about my buddy Dean Thompson getting the Reese's sweet move there at Vegas? That was a pretty nice little bump and run he pulled there on Jake Drew.
Yeah, it was. Good stuff there. Good stuff as always. All right, that's going to do it for this week's ARCA preview show. Stay tuned. We'll be back next week to talk All-American, literally the All-American Speedway for the ARCA West. We're only 2 races away from crowning a champion there, and it's getting pretty interesting over there too.
Pretty
So,
tight case.
Oh,
7
yeah.
points.
Definitely. All right, we'll talk to you next week.
You got it, Casey. See ya.